All right. We got our first production batch of the SPLITFIRE Rapid Safety, and I'm like incredibly excited that we finally have it. So I guess I better show you. These are titanium 3D printed with the black Cerakote on them. And then we have our 4140 nitrided machined lever, and there's a little bit of surface differences. There you go. You can see the texture of the 3D printed right there. And then this lever is sexy if a lever ever could be, I guess. It looks fantastic. It feels awesome. Just what I designed, and we were able to afford 100 of them for now. And anyway, I've got these got them sold, which is good. So but that's what I'm doing. I thought I'd kind of show you how it was going, show you my workspace real quick, and just go over some information with you. So I have a bunch of guns that we're installing. So the decision, we didn't want to send them out because, you know, the first 100, I don't know, I'm gonna install them myself in as many guns as possible. So I guess I should say that trying to sell everything locally instead of online, and there's a few reasons for that. One, I want to make sure the product's perfect, and if we sell them online, I won't be able to get my personal hands on as many guns as possible to make sure the fit's good, and if there are any issues. So number two, we can troubleshoot that. That's going to be a little bit easier, and anyway, just be a little bit more personal that way. So then we can take everything from this first batch of 100 and get to our next production batch, which will absolutely be online. We're getting that figured out right now as we speak. We had an amazing meeting with some folks, just trying to get the levers right, trying to get the fit right on the on the left and right selectors. So anyway, it's going well. So there's that being said, there's been a few issues that have popped up, and I think it's okay. We've all got frickin' struggle, and I've got plenty of that. And the best thing about solving a problem is, well, you got to find out what the next one is. Hopefully that's an easier problem, but then there's one less problem to solve. And so really I can't say anything different except for blind luck or God telling me this is my path. I can't explain it. There is no reason that my first prototype should have worked as well as it did. I did not have an H3 buffer in there. It was 100% plastic, and it worked. Put it in again, can't get it to work. So anyway, whatever. I think I would have given up a long time ago if that first one didn't go. So anyway, I'm just gonna try to make this path work till I'm told differently. The latest thing that I've come across, it's really fascinating. So I say luck, I say God is watching out for me. So that first thing, the first prototype working, but the second thing is I happen to have chose the correct bolt carriers that weren't causing me issues. And so what I mean by that is I've got a whole bunch of rifles here. I'll show you in a second here, but I'm installing these for customers, for friends. They're being gracious and able to pay us the retail for them, which is great because it's going to help get everything off the ground. It's going to help get the SPLITFIRE into many more folks' hands so that they can enjoy more smiles with the AR-15. So that being said, now my issue here. So on the bolt carrier groups right here, it's really simple, and I don't think mine's the only one. I think it's from a lot of the rapid safeties, super safeties that we have. And what's going on, just to illustrate this, is not every one of them is the same. And so I'm going to take one of my levers here, and what is happening is, so ours, I say ours, my partner and I, that anyway, that's been going well. Both been tackling different aspects of this. But the SPLITFIRE, it rides in the middle, and it's working great. That's how it's designed. It is, the middle is where this has to ride. It's where the geometry is the best on here. But what's going on is when you look at it from the top, you know, it's open and it's hitting right here, right where this notch is, which is great. That's where it's supposed to be. That is about 3.8 millimeters. SPLITFIRE's 4 to 4.2 millimeters. I guess I should say this batch is 4. I'm going to increase it to 4.2 millimeters when we get our next 1,000. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. What does matter is when you look at it from the side, it's got a nice radius on this, as the machinist would call it. And that is awesome, except for the hole on the BCG doesn't start all the way up. What this allows is a little bit of radius on here, and sometimes, not all the time, some of them are worse than others. It depends on the BCG, but some of them are just a little resistant into popping when it comes back. So of course it's moving back and forth, sliding against this nicely, and when it comes back, it hits right there. Let's see, we get a good camera angle. Hits right there, and it should just bounce to swing forward, and that's good. But occasionally, it's just snagging right there. And the tricky part about this is, man, mil-spec AR-15s, yeah, they're mil-spec, but that does not mean standard. Every single brand has its own personality, its own little nuance. You start getting calipers on stuff, and it is insane. So, one of the guns I've been using here, just to show you this BCG, this one is fantastic. It is completely open, completely square. It's great. I love it when I pop into these guns, but unfortunately, more of them are like the first one rather than the latter. So anyway, the good news is there's a very simple solution I have. I want as little work on these things as possible, and we're going for universal fit. So it's actually something where the semi-auto BCGs are actually a little bit less susceptible to that, just judging off the length and whatnot. But I've got a few, I mean, just taken completely apart so we can see what's going on the inside of this and make sure the tolerances are good. It actually needs to be kind of loose on the tolerances, just to account for all the different BCGs out there, which is, anyway, just interesting, but it's all good. I think I've found a solution to that to help with that popping, because when that BCG comes, you know, if my hand's the BCG, you don't want it to slide up against the BCG. You almost want it to pop, basically, so that it allows for the reset. That being said, not a big deal. All I have to do is take a little file and shave that a little bit, so it's not going to cost us any production time at all for batch number 2, which we'll be selling online. It's going to allow us to recoup the investment from this initial product launch and make sure that we can roll that money into the next batch, because it's just all about building inventory, but we want to build the perfect non-defective inventory. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with these beautiful first batch. I'm so freaking excited. I've broke a few levers, but anyway, we've got a solution for that. I know a lot more what's going on. This was kind of my Christmas gift, I guess. I got these in the day before Christmas, and then kind of had some funky stuff going on, so I wanted to make sure to understand it before I did a video on it. And now that I understand it, we have a solution for that, and that's going to be good. So anyway, it's really just navigating the bolt carrier. So I'll file that material away. It'll be just fine, and I'll be able to get this into some of the AR-15s. Let's see. So it was a batch of 100. So I've got a few I've got to install. I'm just doing 5 tonight, but anyway, that's pretty quick. So I just figured I'd show you because I think it's kind of fun. Let's see, what do we got? A few guns here, a few triggers set up. Ooh, wife's dental cleaning glasses here. That comes in handy when you're looking at gun parts. And then just a few things I've got to install down here. So, anyway, I don't know, it's my little playground. It's where I've spent a lot more time than I thought I would be, but anyway, it's all good. So super excited about the quick update. Super excited to just get some footage. My plan is to shoot every single one of these, make sure they're perfect for the customer. Just happy I had a bunch of H3 buffers I was able to get my hands on to make sure everything's working perfect. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully that benefits someone, and hopefully we've got more updates soon as we get the second batch ordered, and to get the lever design. I've got some ideas to mitigate that. My goal is to have a product where you don't have to carve out the BCG, because at that point it's more work. And anyway, if we're gonna have as amazing of a product as I think we can, I'd like as little work as for the customer as possible, because that means more enjoyment. So anyway, great, thanks, and glory to God.